West Ham United 2, Leicester City 0. Well, we won it in the first half, didn't we, without really breaking sweat. Really good performance in the first half. The same team lineup as the team that started against Arsenal last Saturday. I kind of predicted that it would be, with a slightly different setup. We certainly weren't going to play counter-attacking football at home against Leicester City. But I thought that perhaps we would have the same lineup, and we did. The same team was put out, but we played kind of like a 3-4-1-2 formation where Thomas Souček played a lot further forward for most of the game. But what was quite impressive was almost the total football that West Ham United played, because you had to look at just a number of number of players who seemed to play in several different positions throughout the game. Especially Alvarez and Souček. One minute you had Souček right at the back, next minute you had Souček right up front, another minute you had Alvarez right at the back, and next minute he was out on the left, etc. And it was almost like total football from West Ham. You saw quite a lot of interchange going on throughout the game. You know, Cresswell interchanging with Scarles on the left-hand side, Todibo going quite far forward. So it was a pleasure to see that the football was quite fluid. And it was it showed the confidence that Graham Potter has put in this side to demonstrate that they are capable of playing quite fluid football, and it was nice. And it was one. You know, people are questioning the goals, whether the goals should have stood, especially the second one. Should it have been a corner in the first place? But who cares? You know, if there was any query about it, then that should have been identified and the goal scrubbed off, or certainly the corner not given. So I'm not going to complain about being given decisions that might have been 50-50. We've had an awful lot of decisions go against us over the season anyway. But we won it. We won it in the first half. We won it at a canter. With the greatest of respect to Leicester, I thought they'd go for it. They need points. And I thought they would be far more cohesive than they are, but they were a poor side. And I talked about Andy King coming in as first team coach, the replacement coming in, and I thought that maybe some new ideas would have been put forward to give them a more cohesive game, but they didn't offer anything. Leicester, they were a really, really poor team. And for West Ham, you know, 2 goals in the first half. Thomas Souček, yet again, people going on about Thomas Souček should not start. You know, not a lot of people saying that Souček shouldn't start and it should have been Ferguson. Well, we saw why Ferguson hasn't started. He's not there. He's not ready yet. And yet again, late in the second half, just like he had against Arsenal, he had a perfect opportunity to just take it first time, and he probably would have got a goal. And it was unselfish from Bowen to lay it on for Ferguson, but he lack of confidence, not fully fit, whatever it is, he just didn't go for it, and it's a shame, but he'll get there. So I kind of totally got why Ferguson hasn't started, and I do not understand why fans keep going on about Thomas Souček. You know, people were picking the team and saying I'll have the same team, but I'll drop Souček for Ferguson. Well, forgive me, but you know, the reason why Souček started is because he can do what he did by getting in the right positions to get the goal, and fair play to him. You know, on his birthday as well. Well, yesterday was his birthday, so a belated birthday present to Thomas Souček. But pleased with the first half performance. Second half was quite disjointed, really. The subs didn't really work that well. Soler came on, Emerson came on. And it didn't really feel like ironically, the changes actually put us under the cosh a little bit. Mavropanos came on for Todibo, Scarles came off, and it just didn't work. The changes didn't work. I understood it. It's not that I don't think we should have made the changes. I totally understood why the changes happened. Give some players, Todibo, he's still not able to give 90 minutes. But again, good man management from Potter to have given him the amount of time he needed, take him off, and then put a fresh pair of legs on. Scarles, you know, give him fair play to the young lad. Having played against Arsenal, then having appeared here tonight against Leicester, and he deserved a good round of applause, and he got the biggest cheer when he was being subbed. The gratitude from the fans, demonstrating that we really respect what he's managed to do for West Ham in the time that he's been playing under Potter. But anyway, the second half was disjointed. We never really got into second gear throughout the whole game, to be quite honest with you. But the changes sort of gave them a little bit of what's the word? It encouraged them a little bit. And I don't think we were ever really in danger. I don't think Areola had a save to make, but it just gave them the encouragement. We sort of we gave them too much space in the park, etc. And but they didn't take advantage of it. I hate saying this about another team, but they're very poor. Leicester City, they're a very poor team, and it's a shame they're going down because this is the sort of game that they should have come out and really tried to get something out of it. Yet another game that they haven't scored, and I think that's something like 6 out of the last 7 games, something like that they haven't managed to score a goal. But all credit to West Ham. We did what we had to do. We didn't come out of second gear. We played well in the first half. We won the game in the first half, and there was not really a lot to play for in the second. We didn't feel at any time that they were going to really put us under the cosh, and the game petered out in the second half. It wasn't that exciting. Quite a boring second half. But I'll take boring if it means us winning 2-0. And now we've got time off. I mean, this March has been a weird month. Only 2 games. February and March are weird months because there's not a lot of games being played. And now we go into March where we've only got 2 games. We've got the 10th of March against Newcastle at home. I don't know how bad Isak is injured, but let's hope he stays injured. But they're going to be a hard team to play against. And then we've got Everton away, of course. And that's going to be quite interesting because a lot of fans just want us to get one over on Moyes. I frankly don't care what David Moyes does at Everton, to be quite honest with you. Yes, of course, it'll be fantastic to get one over on him. But at the same time, I'm not bothered. I just worry about West Ham. I just worry about where, we're not going down. We're not going much further up. But 33 points now is more or less secure in terms of the Premier League. I cannot see any of the bottom 3 teams getting enough points to sort of get above us. So even if we don't win another game this season, I don't think we need to worry too much. Man of the match? Well, I don't know, really. Wan-Bissaka, I think, played really well yet again. I think Thomas Souček deserves the credit that he should be getting. I think Todibo looked good at the back, really comfortable. I said that we will play a back 3 in order to accommodate Kilman playing in the centre of a back 3, and I wasn't wrong. And Cresswell, Potter likes Aaron Cresswell, and why not? I know he's 35 years of age, and I know fans don't want us to keep our older players, but when a player has got something to offer, and please don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting that Cresswell needs to be starting every game, but Cresswell's got a value, and fair play to him. Our back line wasn't troubled at all. Man of the match, maybe Wan-Bissaka again, maybe for the first half, not necessarily any player that really shone in the second half, but we did what we had to do, and I'm pleased for that. We take the break now. We get ready for the game against Newcastle on the 10th of March, and we go again. It's going to be a good game. The atmosphere, by the way, the first half in the stadium was really good. I thought the atmosphere was good. There was a buzz about the place. We've got the only the time this season that we've got back-to-back wins in the Premier League. Back-to-back wins, of course, at the beginning of the season when we beat Crystal Palace and then in the Premier League, and then Bournemouth in the who's man of the match? Wan-Bissaka's got man of the match according to Sky. Back-to-back wins earlier in the season when we played against Crystal Palace away, and then we beat Bournemouth at home in the Cup. But this was the first back-to-back win of the season in the Premier League, and great, we needed that. 33 points. We go on from there. It gives us a bit of confidence. It was good to see the man management of, like I said about Potter. I don't think any of the substitutions were wrong, and I got it. I got that he took certain players off. give them a bit of a rest, etc. Bring other players on, see what they can do. And I know, like I said, fans wanted Ferguson, but Ferguson doesn't look right. Doesn't look confident, doesn't look fit enough, and that's why he won't start. Certainly not in the next game either. I doubt it very much, and it won't surprise me. And we were debating whether it was the first time this season that we had the same lineup in succession. And I don't know. I'm going to have to look at that. And it's quite possible that this is possibly the same lineup twice in a row. Well done, West Ham. We move on. We take a little break now. And we look at other things that are going on off the pitch. Quite a lot of stuff, especially the concessions. And well done to Save Our Concessions. Well done to Hammers United for actually having won that battle. Let's not say won the battle. They negotiated really well with the club, and the club have not only stated that concession tickets stay as they are, they've extended concession tickets across all bands, and on top of that, they've frozen prices for the season, for next season. So good on West Ham, good on Hammers United, good on Save Our Concessions, and everybody else that's been involved in that negotiating. I don't want to say battle, that was the wrong word to use. I think we've negotiated really well with the club, and sometimes you've got to give credit to the club for actually accepting that it was the right thing to do to keep concessions as they were and extend them as well. So been a great week, been a good week on and off the pitch. We move on. Thank you all for watching, thank you all for listening. Leave your comments, like and subscribe on the channel, etc. And I will see you all very soon.